hello to you.
My trousers are falling down, boys. So I'm alright now.
Brilliant. I'm joined today by H. Here he is.
Hello, you alright?
Peter's a little under the weather today, so
is, yeah.
you come and joined me on today's. Look at this, eh?
This is a beautiful live.
This is going to be a really good live.
Really good.
We went away for the weekend. We had a lot of fun. We got some clips and videos to share with you guys, some stories as well.
Yep.
We're going to be talking about our all-new puzzle corner, and we have a ton of items that we performed at the weekend that we thought we would just talk about. And it's down to you guys, as the Tuesdays normally are. There isn't a quiz this week, but we are going to give away a deck of Academy Elites as well. And actually, Andy went away to the session the weekend while we were at a different convention, and he came back with some decks of cards signed by some very famous magicians. So look out on the vlogs. I'm not sure how he's going to be giving them away, but yeah, they're a deck of Academy Elites, and they're signed by some very famous magicians. So shall we have a little look at who's out there?
Yeah, I believe we're joined for the first time by someone, if I'm pronouncing this wrong, I'm sorry, Toki Doki.
Toki Doki.
From Kuala Lumpur.
There he is, joining us for the first time. So yeah, everyone's has their first time to join us, and we get new viewers every single week. So
make him feel welcome.
Indeed, yeah. Our chat room is one of the friendliest places to be, so do get that going around there. But let's start with what we have in front of us here. Yeah. So we here at Alakazam love the odd puzzle as well as magic, and I know that people always say, well, puzzles aren't magic, but if you're a creative thinker and you like to create your own tricks, then you always keep your mind ticking, and a great way to do that is through puzzles. We have come across some really awesome puzzles, but affordable at the same time. If you look on puzzle websites, you can see the puzzles go up to like 120, 250, a lot of money for a single puzzle, and some of the boxes are very intricate, and you can see why they're worth a lot because the time that goes into it. Definitely. But we came across these. Now, first off, I want to talk about this. I'll tell you that my first sort of introduction to this was through watching Chris Ramsey's channel. If you don't follow Chris Ramsey, he's got a great YouTube channel, and he solves puzzles, he talks about magic, all that sort of stuff. But this box, he does a whole like 15-minute video of unboxing and what you get inside. What I will do is just drop that little link to his video.
So that should be in here now. If it's come up, I'll pop it.
So hopefully that will pop in there. You guys can, hopefully that's the correct one.
Tony Dawson said he met both Andy and Sarah at the session.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, if you went to the session, tell us, because we weren't there. How was it? What did you get up to? Who was your favourite? I know Andy was talking about Matt King's pretty much did an hour at the end of the convention, so that's amazing. What was your highlights of the session? And we're going to talk about our highlights of the crazy weekend that we just had. But hopefully you can follow that YouTube link. Don't go and watch it right now. But that's that. So inside here, I will open this up. If you're looking for a gift for somebody, and I know Christmas has just been, and it would have been awesome to have these at Christmas.
Sorry, can we pop that off now? Sorry, that's cheers. Sorry, I put it up at the wrong time.
It would have been awesome to have these at Christmas, but we didn't. But we have them now, and I'm going to pull this open here like this. The way this is packaged,
the packaging is actually so nice.
And the idea is they're like matchbox puzzles, pretty much. So each one of these little matchboxes is a different puzzle, and then there's a ton of different puzzles to do with the matches here as well. And the video that I put the link for is really, really fun to watch. You see him literally take every single one of these little puzzle boxes out, have a little go at them. But we wanted to have something a little bit different as well as the magic, so we started to stock just selected puzzles. We're not going to get every single one in, but ones that we think are really cool. So we'll just briefly take you through some of the ones that we've picked.
And then, sorry to interrupt, but these are all as well good for if you haven't done many puzzles before. Some of them are difficult. These ones are slightly more difficult, aren't they? But there are ones that are good for getting into it and starting your puzzle career.
career. If you can make a career out of doing puzzles, I'd love to see that. That'd be great. So this one is over 60 different puzzles in that set, and the great thing about this, as well as the quality of it, is the price. These are 20 quid for everything you've seen in there, or you can get the little puzzles individually, £2.50 a puzzle. So if you wanted to add one to your next magic order.
They look so nice as well, don't they? And Dad got one. How this all started, pretty much, was Dad got. I know we've been doing a lot of research as well, but Mum got Dad a little puzzle box for Christmas.
Right.
And all of our family come around day after Boxing Day, and everyone wanted to go at it. They're just so fun to do, and it's really get quite competitive. It gets really nasty in the Gnarly household with puzzles because everyone wants to do the puzzles, so we're all there trying to do it. But they're so fun. Everyone's just laughing, and then when one person completes it, you really get a sense of achievement, don't you? Just for a little puzzle, when you complete it,
then you wind everyone else up because they can't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but yeah, I mean, these are great. If you wanted to buy as a gift, these are fantastic. This is amazing gift. You might see a couple in here you're familiar with, like the old. What is this called? The chain and the what? The spring end. Yeah, it's got a name. I can't remember it, but it's a classic. So that's in there as well, along with many others. So do check these out. We are limited on these, and the reason for that is because it's a new thing. We wanted to add it to the site. We've just sort of discovered this company, so we've ordered like 6 in of each. We've got a few more of these. We've got 12 of these because we know these are going to sell. I think everyone in the shop's pretty much taken one themselves, so that leaves whatever that is. But we have 6 each left of these. So I'll just quickly show you, break these up. So this is a lock puzzle. This one I'm most intrigued about. It seems like using the key, you have to kind of move the little wooden sections to exit and open the lock.
Yeah, it's actually so cool. The packaging on that is crazy, and they look and they are such good quality. That's the thing.
This is nice collector's things as well. If you collect the whole thing, but again, they're not expensive. I think the most expensive thing is £20.
Yeah.
Some of these are 15. I think this is a classic. I think if you on Chris Ramsey's channel, he actually solves this one. This is a really nice puzzle.
That's the Churchill one, isn't it?
That's right, and it is difficult, but it's not so difficult to know how you do it because it's doing it. But I think these are only a tenner. So you really do think that the value is, the cost is more, but great price. And then you get onto slightly higher end ones, but when I say higher end, they're still only 20 quid.
Yeah.
But look at the quality of this. Right? So this is a proper wooden puzzle. I think the idea is to move and slide certain pieces to get this to leave it. But what a great set to have, and there's more information on all the puzzles on our site, but we just wanted to add something else, I guess. The Houdini one here is this feels like a proper metal lock.
That's got as well on the side of the boxes. I mean, we could do them on our site. This one's got a 1 difficulty rating, so that might be a good one to start with. We have got low stocks from at the minute, because we just wanted to see how it went. But if you like it, I mean, this one's a 4 difficulty rating, so it's good to go up, and these ones are quite hard as well. But if you like them and you do like collecting them, this is. I take it there's more of these. This is the Einstein collection.
Yes. Well, we wanted to dip our toe in the water. There are many more we can order in, but if you guys aren't up for them, then there's no point in getting every single one in. But I think this one, the aim of this one is, it literally says, can you open the lock? So it's as straightforward as that. But if you're looking for gifts for birthdays and...
Hopefully that isn't just normal lock and the key just... one difficulty range, just put the key in the lock and it opens it. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Just to get you started, But no, it's good. Another thing with these is, these are only like £2.50 or something. And then we're thinking, obviously, if you were to buy more than one at a time, then we're not going to send you 2 of the same one. So if you wanted just to have a little practice with these ones, then we'll send you different ones. And then if you were to order more in the future, just let us know what ones you've got, and then we can change what ones we give you, so you don't have duplicates.
So they're on there as a mystery puzzle thing. But again, great if you... I think they're nice as little giveaways, but hey, they are... Oh, and this was another one as well, which was the Tower of Hanoi. wooden puzzle, and I think the idea is to move the bits from one end to the other, but moving one piece at a time to recreate what was on this end at that end.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's if you want to challenge yourself, that's it. Yeah. So if you want to challenge yourself, I think these two are the slightly more challenging ones, along with this as well. I think that's going to. What was this rating? Yeah, that's a 4 out of 5. That, but it's only a tenner. So we have 6 of these in. I've no doubt that we won't at the end of the live, because this is the first day that we've been talking about them.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think it's important, if you like to stay creative within your magic, you know, trying and testing and actually putting your brain to the test is something you don't always do. We kind of, in everyday life, you relax into your day, and it's very rare that you push your brain. When you're at school, when you're learning, you do it on a daily basis, right? But when you get older, you tend to not.
Yeah, and it does help you out with actually stuff. I know it sounds stupid, but even things like the puzzles, and on the old Nintendo, there's a game called Brain Training.
Yes.
And do you remember there was so much research going on about how just doing one of them, because it was created, so just to keep your brain active, and just it does help you out in other stuff as well, just being creative, like you said. But Brain Training was designed, it was an old Nintendo game, and basically you had to do 1 or 2, how many of these activities you wanted a day, and that was supposed to like improve your IQ or whatever, just make you feel generally more bright and lively.
Yeah, and puzzles are tried and tested for that. And as I keep saying, you know, if you're in the game of creating tricks, then you need that little bit of fuel to add into the engine to get it going again, you know. So I'll go hands down and say, if you're going to get any one of these, while stocks last, grab a set of these. I think you will not be disappointed. If you want to watch that video, check out that link I put in. You will want to buy one at the end, and we have only 12 of these. We have 6 of the other ones in stock. I know these are going to be very popular as well, the Churchill ones. But also nice to get a little collection going. And I've got friends who collect wooden magic, and it's always intriguing. Friends and family come around and go, oh, what's that and what's that? Well, if you've got that in your display cabinet or on top of the mantelpiece or whatever, someone goes, what's that? You know, it's an instant talking piece. Or well, here's the challenge. Here's what you've got to do.
We've got a little. This is quite funny, but a little bit strange. We've got in our bathroom. We've got a few of these, and when people are just in there or they just pop in there for a little bit, you can see everyone picks it up, has a look at it, tries to do it. It's just something where your brain just thinks, right, let me try and do this, and you really want to do it. But the puzzle we've got at home, we've got sent the wrong size tee. You basically got to get a golf ball on a tee. So our one is actually impossible to solve.
I've got the same.
Have you got the same as well?
I got the same batch, so you can't solve it.
I was trying to do it, and that is frustrating because you can't do it. But these ones, obviously, you can complete them. But they are good. Like when you see a little weird object like that, because some of them, it's like Alice in Wonderland, where they got the little drink me sign on it. They're all just nice little things to look at.
And then you have another little sign that says "Wash your hands first."
Yeah.
So let's say hello to some people. We've got Dan Ives out there, Rob Dodge is out there, Henry White's just joined us, Russ Appleby. We've got some usuals. Neil Hobson's out there, Jonathan Brecken. So thank you for joining us, guys. There's 48 of you out there on a Tuesday afternoon, so we appreciate that. And that's our little puzzle corner. Check out the website for more information. But honestly, this is my favourite one. I can't wait to get that open myself. And I'm going to pick one of these ones as well, because this one kind of...
That looks sexy.
Yeah, it ticks my... I mean, the fact... What is this? That's a 2. So, I mean, I don't really know how... I suppose, you know, your rating is 1 out of 5. But is 5, like, impossible?
Yeah, I don't know. What's this one? This is only a 4, and this one is quite difficult.
Yeah, I would say that is difficult. So yeah, a 2 could still be a bit challenging. A 1 is that literally is just like, so you just got to open the lock, is that the idea?
Well, someone here, Adam Evans, said that he uses Houdini lock for a ring routine. He's got one.
Oh, he puts the ring on it?
Yeah, he said he's got one.
Ah, okay.
And he uses it for a thingy. So maybe you can add it into your repertoire.
Brilliant. So there we have them, guys. Check them out on the site. Let's have a little talk about the weekend, because this is going to open up other different avenues as well. So for those of you who don't know, we went over to Holland to Leo's Crazy Day. We've got a couple of clips we're going to play to you in a moment. But as well as going to do the shows and the lectures, on the Friday night we went out, it was myself, Leo, Harry, and Michael Vincent. We went to do a gig.
Out of my depth. I look around, I just see you three. I'm like this. Right. And one of the photos I put up, you just see Michael Vincent. And I think, how am I performing in the same room as like Michael Vincent? I was like, really?
But it was great. I mean, this is something that Leo puts on the night before the convention for a friend of a friend, and it just so happened that this time was a product launch. It was a new opening, and so it didn't need 4 magicians to go along. It barely needed 2, I'll be honest, but they got some pretty good magic, and it was Harry's. It wasn't your first time out, but in a corporate environment, I guess it was your first time out and about. And I have an opinion on how you did, but how did you think it went?
No, I thought it was really good. I mean, I'm not going to lie, there was a slight language barrier, wasn't there? Yeah. So some of the effects we had to kind of break down to not give as much presentation, obviously still keeping the effect of the product. It was still as impactful, but we couldn't do a lot of long talking. I mean, I do a lot of apparently like psychological type stuff. So some of the words I would use, maybe they wouldn't understand, so I would just cut them out. But you still got the same effects of the trick.
Yeah, I would say that the language barrier was actually was a lot harder than the year before, and had me worried for the following day actually. Yeah. But then it was absolutely fine. Yeah. I don't know what it was. I think maybe it was a bit more out of town than it was. Yeah. These guys are working in. I think primarily they were working in the warehouse to this, this new company. So I don't know, but yeah, it was a challenge. It was very much show and tell. Yeah. Well, without the tell, it was watch very carefully. Like,
I mean, don't get me wrong. My Dutch was a lot worse than their English. Yeah. So they done well, but there was a language barrier there, wasn't there?
Yeah, it is quite crude of us, I suppose, to rock up and just expect them to understand.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, right, we are being a bit harsh here.
Yeah, because if they came here and started showing magic, like, mate, you got to,
speak our language. Yeah. But no, it was really fun actually. Everyone there had smiles on their face. Like you said, it was an opening for a new shop or company or something like that, and everyone was just smiling. It was happy. It was as soon as we went in there, you could feel the atmosphere, couldn't you? They had a live band. They had a food truck, which I didn't get to try any of, so it was a bit of a joke. Although I caught a magician here, well, not here, but a magician out of us four, nicking some nibbly bits, and I was quite envious. I walked over there, I just see him have his like this. He was just kind of, I'll be having some of them nuts, some of this.
It wasn't you, me, or Leo. Put it that way. But it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. So that was the first night, and we went back, had an amazing meal. Leo and his lovely wife Mariah put on a huge spread. There was like 18 of us, was there?
Yeah, it's crazy.
And we formed magic and chat, and then the next day was the convention, which started with lecture, then 5 mini lectures, and then 5 shows in the evening. And then after that, we went out. We went back in and did the after show party.
Oh, that's so fun.
And then after that, we went to a local pub, and that's where a couple of the clips we're going to play, so you can see. But this was then a free for all. And everyone in the pub had pretty much come from the show. Yeah. So they'd come over, they'd seen us, and we were kind of comfortable chatting. And then it was a case of everyone was just getting stuff out their close-up case and going, right, let's just... And the drinks were flowing. They have some amazing beers over there, which we were
so tasting. Nice. I put a story up, and I actually got a message from a few magicians. Oh my god, I love that beer. Oh my god, I love that. So I was like, yeah.
Well, your dad even got the cards out and was holding court for a fair bit of the evening.
You could see he was getting excited. I was under the table. I bet he was doing that little leprechaun dance like this, getting all excited.
But this is the thing with your dad. He's a great performer, and he loves performing. I think he prefers to sit and chat for a bit, and then something clicks, and then he gets in, and there's no stopping Pete.
I know, it's like Hulk, isn't it? As soon as like something switches. So when Dad is in the mood to do magic, just look at his nostrils, and they'll just flare just a little bit, and then you know magic's going to flow out. Honestly, that's how you know. If you just stare at him for a bit, he does one trick, and you just see kind of.
Yeah, the nostrils goes off. He's off.
Isn't it? And then he's just off with one.
It's like he's taking in that last breath of.
Yeah.
Here we go. But we're not going to show you full-on tricks because they're tricks that you'd be familiar with. But just to show you the kind of atmosphere that we ended up being in, and we were sat in the table, and this doesn't do it justice, but the people were just everywhere around the table, leaning over, wanting to see more. And
it gets to the point where you do a trick, sit down for a drink, and everyone's just kind of standing around this. Like, just waiting for you to do another one, isn't it?
You do one, the reaction goes crazy, and then you sort of go, brilliant. So, and they're still here. Yeah. Okay, let's go again. Who's next? Who's next? So let's start with a little clip from your dad. This was a head-to-head poker routine, and this is the end and the reaction, so you get to see a little
just a little snippet, yeah.
Okay, but you tell us that I'm not even going to know. I don't even want to know. Right, €100. I'm not even going to know. Thank you.
We're there in the back.
What?
We're there in the back.
Yeah, we was kind of ghosts in that little one at the back. But, guys, I'm just going to say, first of all, at that point in the night, because that was quite late on, wasn't it? I would say I was wavy on the beverages.
You were experimenting with different tastes.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it. And also, guys, I'm just going to say, I've done a trick, and that girl next to me actually bought me a drink. I felt bad, obviously. I didn't actually, this is the thing, I felt bad for saying no. And then they kept pestering, not in a nasty way, but saying, oh no, come on. So I had another one, and then that led to a chat on the way home, where I nearly wet myself laughing.
That was one of the funniest conversations we've ever had. But yeah, if you've ever had the beers over there, they are not, they don't drink beer like we do in Britain. Ours is weak and we go fast, whereas theirs is very strong and we still go fast, so not good. So that was a little performance with Pete there, but you just see the environment. And then it got to the point where if you're a magician, you start to get a little bit confident. And I've always been nervous about doing bottle through table until very recently at Christmas. I started working it, but yet to do it with a wine bottle, always with a beer bottle. And I did it here, and it just got great reactions. It kept getting that, oh, can you show us the one with the, and then I followed on with that, getting even more confident, and then managed to get a good version of Card and Window. I will say I, at this time, had tried a few Belgian beers as well, and so the cards, you'll see, went nowhere near.
That's so funny.
They needed to. But it's all fun and games, so we'll drop in this little clip, let you have a look.
He's money. I promise you it's in here, right? 3, 2, done. Pull that curtain.
No way!
And that card, by the way, I watched them, everyone signed that, didn't they? Pretty much everyone signed that.
Yeah. So I tabled it and I said, I'm going to do one last thing. I tabled it and I got everyone on the table to sign it. And then, it happened. It's hilarious because you finish and then they want more. And you're like, no, I can't really beat that. You kind of want to leave it on that.
I know as well, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but it's nice to see in a pub like that, people of all ages just mixing with each other.
Yeah.
Not saying, obviously, that young people don't mix with older people, vice versa, but I feel that in this country it's very segregated, isn't it? People
in your little cliques everywhere.
Yeah, if you come in a group, you stay in that group. If you come in that group, you stay in that group. But there, everyone's talking, everyone's laughing, everyone's buying each other drinks. It's just a really nice, relaxed environment. It's like everyone's a big family. As soon as you step through that door, you're all family, isn't it? It's really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And Fig Newton said, spotted an opportunity and took it. Absolutely. I was sat there, and you know when you get towards the end of the sort of stuff you bought and the set, and you start just trying to think. I just looked at the window and I went, is that an alleyway?
That's a bit of me, that.
Hello. and it happened and it got a great reaction. But I think there was another magician from over there who was like had his packet trick ready to go to follow me, and he saw a card in the window. I sort of went, okay,
right. That's so sad.
But it's it
was so good because in that there was just no pressure. Do you know what I mean? If it was just so fun, and also another thing about Dad's one is the poker routine. He I should think a lot of people know how that works, but you can kind of determine their hand, can't you? So Dad does it where he gets them to have a good hand, and obviously he didn't. You heard in that €100 on it. Obviously he didn't take the €100, but giving them a good hand, I think makes it even stronger because they now get confident. They think they don't think, oh, he set that up because if he set it up, I would have a crap hand.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to have them to have a strong hand and then you to just obviously beat it. So the guy actually had 3 aces and you saw his face lit up and he was like, yeah, €100 now.
Yeah.
And the dad was like, bang, 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 which is really good.
And your dad actually said that he just dropped that mention in there.
Okay.
Even though Paul disagrees, it gives him a pretty decent hand as well. It is horses for courses, but I agree with Pete on that one and yourself because you're building them up even more, and they get excited. They go, "Yeah, okay, well, I'm in." And, Whereas going, I've lost."
Yeah, exactly.
Builds
it up now.
Again, each to their own. We just wanted to share a couple of the clips. There, lots of antics happened over the weekend, as well as Laurie's wife ending some guy's career.
Was so fun.
Which was. It wasn't.
That was hilarious.
No names named, but took a video of a dove guy.
So we're sitting there, yeah. And
I was working at this point, so I didn't see any.
So I was sitting up here, and then B, Dave's wife, and Laurie's wife was sitting here, just right at the back. So there's the alleyway between all the chairs, and then just at the back row. So they're the only people at the alleyway, so they can see the stage prime on, right?
Yeah.
So we're all just sitting there, the music's going on, he's doing the dove thing, and then I just see a big flash, right?
Yeah.
And then you see him just look over at the back at B and Joe, right, just staring at him, and then he stops the music and walks down, says something in Dutch, I don't know what he says, but he says something to him.
He wasn't happy.
He was not happy, but the fact he stopped the music, how awkward is that? And then B was like this. Like pointed at her, like
poor Joe. I think was just trying to get didn't think that the flash was on, and then boom, it just lit up the stage.
You just see, Dave's actually got because I don't know if she's doing a video or something. But Dave's got it, yeah, and you just see her do this. The man look over and I just go straight down like this. It was so funny.
Laurie disowned her, and Laurie says here 6 blind doves are for sale. They're not blind. I'll just add that. It was a fun weekend, and. Definitely, if you have the opportunity to head out there next year, if it's on, do take it and go and see it. It was an amazing day.
The venue's incredible, and the food was so nice.
Yeah,
really.
So get out there, go see it. I know he's got a good couple of magicians planned for next year as well. So you can get a really cheap travel over there, and it's well worth doing. So
and it's easy as well if you drive, because I know you drove.
Yeah, Laurie drove us over, and just going over on the train, on the tunnel is so straightforward.
And I just caught the plane, so both pretty easy. Obviously, driving's probably easier, but you're playing, you land there, you're there in 5 minutes. And even aside from the magic, it's just such a nice area, isn't it? Yeah. You walk past, everyone's going, oi, oi. Yeah. And them little pastry things we had, how nice are they? Wow.
Yes, indeed. A lovely place. Really, really lovely place to go. Lots of friendly people and great magic and food. So do check it out for next year. Leo's Crazy Carousel. It's normally the same sort of weekend each year, I think. And normally does fall the same weekend as the session. But if you fancy something a little different, then it's there to do.
So nice.
All right. So you have brought some products in down there as well.
Yeah. So, because we've already spoken about it, should we quickly talk about this?
Yes. Bottom of the table. It's one of those things you either do or you don't do it. You've either wanted to do it for ages and just haven't got around to it, or you're scared of doing it, of which I was, because it's quite a ballsy routine. Yeah. But I didn't understand the impact it had until I started doing it, and it was like I was getting requests.
Yeah,
all weekend.
He done it. Right, he come out and you can see he was really excited. He was gonna do it. Right, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it." It's like some drug addiction thing. He was like,
"Yeah, I'm ready to go."
So he goes back there, He does it straight away. Everyone's like, oh, because I knew he was going to do it because he just said it. So I went out there and watched it. The reactions are actually insane. And then straight away, like, oh, come and do it again. And then they followed us followed you into the pub, didn't they, to see it again. You done it again, still didn't see anything, and the reactions were just as good, if not better.
And I made sure I waited as well because it was like, oh, we'll come over to the pub, so I wouldn't do it straight away in the same group. But now they've had like an hour out, and the people around them are different. Now I went again, but
I actually cannot believe how good that is. Isn't it just the best? It's actually insane. The reactions are.
I can see why people do. I can definitely see why it goes everywhere with people, but and it will now with me as well. It's just something that's so strong. So we have these in stock. These are the original one, the Nielsen ones, the best versions. You get 3 in here: brown, green, and clear. And it's just an incredible effect. So bottle through table, if you haven't seen it before, is a must in my opinion now anyway after performing it.
I wrote a bit about this, not bottle through table, I just done glass through table, but I wrote a bit about that on this month's newsletter, which is out now. And I think if you buy a physical item, you get January and December's newsletter in it as well. So.
And Rob Dodge made a good point here. Faye is the queen of bottle through tables. Yeah, if you ever get an opportunity to see Faye Presto perform it, or Etienne, I know that they have different styles with it, but definitely do try and do that. Bottle through body is a novel take on this effect. Yeah, even playing around with this, I sort of wanted to steal the bottle at some point and just ditch it, and then get almost a vanish up here because it's just so strong. You borrow the bottle, you borrow a coin, you take a napkin, and away you go. It's
right. So another one,
Yes.
I've got it's like late Santa down here. He's left some bits.
Right.
So confusing coins. Dad has, and I think you guys should all have the collection. Purely because no matter where you go, you can perform this. So Dad straight away gets out the confusing coins. So I said, oh, is that the English one? No, euro. He's got every set. So he's got the dollar, he's got the
euro. He performed this over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he gets his little coin pouch out, does this, and it got such good reactions. And I didn't realise, but you do actually get a little coin pouch in there so you don't spend them.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But yeah, he's got the euro one, got it out. The reactions again are so good.
Yeah.
And I think we've got a performance of it. So if you haven't seen it, this is confusing coins, but this isn't a performance in Holland. Just saying. Okay. This is here. Alright, so this is it.
I've always been fascinated by con games, especially con games that used to happen years ago, many years ago. And this is one that I was told about and taught that used to happen in all the fates and all the sort of fairs that used to go about. It used to use 2 old coins. It used to use a big gold coin and a big silver coin. But I'm going to try and show you today using a 10p coin and a 2p coin. The idea would be you would have to try and keep track of one of the coins. So I'm going to take away, let's say, the 10 pence. That's going to go into my pocket. All you would have to do is bet money on which coin was in the hand, the 10 pence or the 2 pence. Which one would you say, the 2 pence? Yeah, you would actually lose because both coins are there. Now I know what you're thinking, maybe the 10p was hidden under the 2p from the very beginning, the 2p's bigger and it makes sense. So I want to show you there are just 2 coins, there's nothing hidden between my fingers, my hands are empty, just 2 coins. This time we'll take the 2p coin, I'll pop that into my pocket. Now once again, it's down to you to bet your money. And you would bet it on the 10p, but once again, you would lose. Both coins are there. We have the 2p, we have the 10p. Once again, nothing hidden between my fingers, just 2 coins. The 10p coin is going to go in my pocket, leaving 1 coin in my hand. Which coin's in the hand? The 2p. Once again, you'll lose. Both coins are there. Now remember, there's nothing hidden between my fingers, just the 2 coins. This time, I'll give the spectator the choice. Whichever coin they say, let's say they say the 2 pence, I'll reach in. I'll take just the 2 pence, nothing hidden between my fingers. And your spectator can now guess at which coin. In fact, I'll let you guess at the 10p, the 2p, or both. Both? Yeah, no, you're never going to win at this.
So, that was Confusing Coins, and it's good as well if you do go abroad. Obviously, it doesn't matter in America because they speak English. If you do go abroad, because it is one of them show and tell type trips.
Yeah, just watch very carefully.
And it's clear to see what's going on, and it's very, very strong.
Fantastic. So these are just a few bits and pieces that came out over the weekend, and it kind of revived to us the reactions that they get and how strong they are and how small they pack. So there were a couple others as well.
So this also, let me quickly do this one. This was also a good opportunity because the environment was so fun to really see how fun it is actually performing Magic, wasn't it? Like the buzz you get off the people was just crazy. So this is also really nice. So this is Inner Circle, so I've got that in here, right there. So this is basically loops. So we was doing a little, what's that? Just a little what?
Oh no, we were just, it's like a bar game.
Yeah, so I don't really want to use this, but I can. So basically you just put a beer coaster to the side of the table, flick it and try and catch it.
And then you start stacking up the beer coasters to see how many you can catch in one go.
Yeah, which is fun. So then all of the people were trying it, and Leo's grandchildren were trying it as well.
Yeah.
So whilst we was just looking at them, I was just like, oh, come in. So I've just got a loop on now, and I've just done here, and then made it just fly up across the table.
So your hands are away from it, and you went boom.
Yeah, so over here, so it's here.
Yeah.
It'll do one of them, and it just flies across. But it's good as well, obviously, being in that environment, that you can do things with straws.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just I wear rings, so floating a ring. But it's again, that's easy to see. You don't need to speak if you're abroad, and obviously in England, it's just as strong. But that's a nice one, and they're good as well, just to as kind of impromptu type things, isn't it?
Well, the new Inner Circle, it is like its portable carry case, isn't it? So it's now you haven't got to be worrying about carrying.
Yeah. So this is it.
Yeah.
And you get this and a pack of loops in there and a streaming video, so you can learn some bits with it. But that's nice as well because you can just get it out, and then whenever you need to, just do something with it.
Yeah. So there was a quick question here saying, isn't that just hopping halves? Looks exactly the same. It is. Jim Boyd is the original creator, so there's a lot of versions, hopping halves and so on, that went out without his consent. They're not originals, they're fakes. The original is this.
Yeah, so
we are the only ones that have the rights to sell the original effect. So
yeah, so that's got Confusing Coins, aka hopping halves.
Yeah,
lovely.
Okay, and then moving swiftly on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, what Jonathan said, Jonathan Batchelor, hello again. Also, quickly whilst I'm on that subject, Jonathan and I are always on the forum as well, so I know a lot of people have been on there posting a lot of stuff, so keep it going, because remember, on the 1st of each month, we'll be giving away £25, I think, of loyalty points, just to anyone who's been active on there.
Nice.
Which is good, and obviously it's a nice place to chat. And keep breaking loops. It does get a bit of time to get used to it, but I've been talking to you for a bit, and then I'm not too bad at them now. So
you want to take my advice always when people buy loops, buy 2 packs, and you'll break them getting used to the tension on them. But people will get them straight out and go straight into it. You want to find the tension point and start doing this. So slowly the gap between these fingers here and here gets bigger and bigger like this, and you'll be able to now work that loop in so that it isn't going from being closed for however long it has been in the packet to suddenly stretched and then it snaps. You need to work it in, and then it will slowly go larger and larger, and then it's ready to use, and it won't snap straight away. So that's from experience of snapping many.
You can notice it as well when you're doing that. You can feel the tension. It's not like you just got to guess. You can feel it, but it will take some getting used to. Right. So another one that was performed was this card on sealing. So this is the world's greatest DVD teaching you how to do it.
Leo performed that, didn't he? Leo likes to do this thing where he has 4 cards selected and then leaves and lets you do what you got to do to position them, and then comes back and takes all the limelight by doing the last card reveal. So he did exactly that and took the deck and threw it and did card on sealing in the bar, and that card will stay there now forever.
So nice, isn't it? Everyone's there like, oh.
Couple of things. He knew the owner, so he knew the environment was good to do it in. It's one of those ones that it gets that love-hate conversation from magicians where, you know, I've performed it and people have moaned because they didn't want it on the scene. It's right time, right place, but this was the right time, the right place. He threw it up and bang, straight on the ceiling. So
incredible,
amazing effect if you don't perform it. And the world's greatest magic gives you various different versions. Doc Eason's, J.C. Wagner, Carl Norman, Michael Martin, Scotty York's version are on there. So that's been an effect. If you thought, I wouldn't mind trying that out, then that's a great DVD to get you started.
This guy, Rob Dodge, has just said, I love Leo's karate card, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
That is now on the site.
Do we have a video there at all, Chris, for that one? No? Okie dokes. Do check that out. It's I know it was quite darkly lit in that pubs, but you'll still get the idea. The karate card thing's fantastic.
Yeah,
and we have them
really
now on our site in stock, so do check them out.
After this, I'm going to make up the bits and bobs to go in there also.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah, of course.
Right, so guys, finally, for bits and bobs that we've done, obviously a lot of stuff I talk about on my newsletter type bits I performed. Yeah, this is also Eternal Watch. Someone just commented. That's very good. Again, that's visual and easy to see. Yeah. Apart from when you do it to Leo, who says the time's so weird.
Oh, yeah. Leo's British time telling is like, it's 47 minutes after, but 13 before.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
It's
40 minutes after 7 before 13 to 8.
It's that's not even a joke, So I just don't worry.
So you're like, name a time. Okay, 14 minutes after 9 before 10. And you're like, hang on a second, what?
Yeah. So I'm just going to get out in front of me and be like, right, just tell me.
Yeah, just type in
that it does come with the headband, Rob, by the way. That's the karate thing, by the way, which is on the site. Limitless is really nice. Once again, it doesn't really need much explaining. You can just say, remember a card. They're going to remember it. This was also really good given the environment we was in because you can put it wherever. So whether it was in my shoe, in my phone case, you can mix it up, whatever it is. It's a good reveal.
Yeah, I mean, and that is what it is. It is a lead-in to untold amount of reveals. That's why it's called Limitless. A limitless amount, my friend.
Lovely. Yeah, this is really Dan Ives' Turnip Watch.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is that? Did he do a joke?
I think it was a joke. Instead of Turner, he's called it Turnip. See what he's done.
Yeah, guys, Limitless is actually incredible, and the trailer will tell you everything I'm about to say, so I'll let Dad do it for me.
For years I've been trying to work out a way to psychologically implant the name of a playing card into my spectator's mind. Imagine having your spectator just think of a card as they ripple by. Your spectator will believe they have an absolutely free choice of any card in the pack, yet it is under your control at all times. This is Limitless. Imagine having a thought of card appear in a bottle, in your wallet, even behind a window. Limitless will become your secret weapon.
Yeah, a brilliant effect. I love it. And it went down really well when you did it as well.
It does, yeah. It's really nice. It's easy to do, and it is lovely also for any social media things.
Yes.
talking of social media. Wait, this also comes in different cards, so if you wanted to do a different thing.
Yeah, it's different options. So there is actually a version where you can do 2 from the same deck as well, so you can get two people to think of different cards. But it's so clever and it works. You know, you do question it, you go, oh, would it work every time? And boom, it does.
I don't just want to plug Chris Ramsey, but he also done a review on this.
Yeah.
And he said that exact thing. He was like, he got it, he looked at it, and he went, is it really gonna work? And he's got performances on there, and you can see how well it works. It's lovely. Very smart man.
Very good. All right, and that was something you did at the gig on the Friday night.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to that? How did you feel walking into that room?
Well, I was speaking to Leo before.
Yeah.
When we was in the little change room bit getting ready, and I was gonna change what I was doing, but then you said stick to your guns, just do what you're comfortable with. So I did, and it went down really well. And I was talking to this couple, so I went over there and we were going around, and I straight away just went up to the first people because I feel like if I'm waiting around, I'm gonna get more nervous. Building up, I might as well just do it. So I done it. The reactions were so good. The man was like, oh no, probably saying, oh, this guy's rubbish and Dutch, whatever he was saying, but it was fine, it sounded good. But yeah, he was enjoying it. And then I went to this lady who was carrying a little kid, and I'd done some mind reading type stuff on her, and her English was good, so it was fine. But it was really good. She called her husband over, and I was smiling, but I didn't do a trick to them for about 10 minutes.
I was going to say, like, something that I observed watching on was that you've got a great way of talking to people and communicating and getting them to like you, and that's the main thing as a magician. I think you were speaking with that couple for a good 7 or 8 minutes before you did a trick, and they genuinely warmed you. So when you did the trick, her reaction was amplified because now you're a friend.
Yeah,
you know?
She was buying into it, wasn't she? Like when I do all the oh, your mouth moved or whatever, she was like, no, and then for the next one she was covering up her mouth. She was really getting into it, which was fun. And it is just nice talking to people, and the fact that some people can do that as their full-time job is actually crazy. Yeah. Especially when you get a good crowd like that, because they was all really nice people. Yeah. I mean, I think I got turned away once, but doesn't really matter.
You just accept it.
You're going to get turned away, aren't you? Not everyone wants to see it.
Thing is, you don't know that he may have had all 3 of us. Because the room was so small. Yeah. He may have seen 3 magicians already and gone, I don't want any magic.
But it was nice, and it was good as well. To be fair, it was really fun working with other magicians, because when I'm over here, you can hear them get a cheer, and then you want to get a cheer as well, and then you hear cheers there, cheers there. It's like the final scene from Kingsman when everyone's head's just exploding. You just see cheers there, cheers there, cheers there. Do you know what I mean? It's so funny.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Awesome, mate. Alright, so we're going to give away a deck of Academy Elites. It's surprising how quick the time goes. I know we're probably coming up to about the hour. So thank you for joining us, as always. If you've got any last questions you want to ask, please do. I am just going to drop one more trailer because we have got one of these back in stock now. I have one of these to have a look at. I'm yet to make it up because there's a little bit of makeup time needed to do it. But it's a very, very clever idea. And if you like the trick, the method is foolproof, it works, it's going to do exactly what you see it do. So let's take a little look at the trailer quickly, and we're going to pick a name at random to win a pack of Elites. So let's take a look at this. So that was what is that? Alusa?
Yeah.
Alusa?
I keep calling it Aloisa, but it hasn't got an E in it.
Yeah. A link for that. Let's see if we have one. I will get a link onto the thread. But yeah, if you type that into our site, it will come up. And it's very, very clever. It's very nice. As I say, if you like the style of effect, it will do what you want it to do.
Also, talking of this, because I said this was good for social media, our Instagram page has been doing very well lately.
Yes.
It's had a lot of activity. We post once a day, and it does vary. Sometimes videos, sometimes with photos, but it gives you a little insight as to what we're doing. It gives live reactions. It gives performances. So if we can have a little pop-up just of our Instagram page, lovely jubbly.
Ooh.
So you can see there, it's got a little bit of everything. We've got Andy at the session. We've got the new puzzle thing. That was us just before the gig. We've got videos, Tom Rose. We've got some mind reading bits, some cardistry there from Theo, and links to freebies. What we're up to. That's us on a plane. Dad looks like he's just smelt a little fart. If we scroll down a little bit, look, scroll down a bit, Chris. Look, what's he? Look, down. Look, what's he just smelt in that middle one? Oh, nasty magic. So yeah, guys, that is a good place to be, as well as Facebook, because you get updates.
And what is our Instagram? Alakazam?
Yeah, _magic. And you can see that we've got 1,682 followers, and that is increasing by the daily.
I'm also Dave Loosely Magic.
Dave Loosely Magic, yes. And
you are?
Harry.nardy.magic.
And Peter is?
The Nardster.
There you go.
And it is nice to go on there, because they're short videos. They don't take up. They're not like, oh, you got to watch them for long. They're nice little snippets, bit of magic, bit of this, bit of that. So you can check them out. Mark Call is indeed on holiday. How did he perform for a pain on just doing magic whenever I've been off a keys? I find it hard to jump. This is from Dave Boy 321. Let me put it up on there. That's not you, is it, Dave Boy?
No, not me.
He said, "How do you perform for a paying audience, or are you just doing your magic when and whenever? I've been offered paying gigs and I'm finding it hard to jump in and feel pressurised once people are paying." I am the same, but this was the first gig I actually got paid for. I did do my first gig I got paid for, but it was just like a little practicey one. This one I did get paid for, but I also do feel the same as you, because I feel like sometimes when you see people perform, because I've done magic with magicians pretty much every time. I know a couple of times it's been a big room, so you've basically been by yourself, but I do feel sometimes, is my magic good enough? Do you know what I mean? Am I good enough with people to do it? But I just think if you're getting offered and stuff like that and you feel comfortable doing it, I would just say do it, really. I mean, that one I wasn't actually nervous for the one on Friday. I was a little bit, but then I realised the last one went really well. I know what I'm doing. They haven't seen any magic before. Even if they have, it's probably not the same as what everyone's doing. And I just think even the reactions from the pub, people just give the craziest reactions. Like, I just literally done a colour change thing, that was it, and the reactions were so good. And to me, that's just a little silly throwaway thing, but it's...
And it is almost like baptism of fire, because you learn in those situations. And if you've got a friend who's a magician who goes out and gigs, then and you're able to tag along, then that's a good opportunity. And as you say, each time you've done it, you've gone with another magician to get that experience. Yeah. But I saw you do a trick. It went slightly wrong, and you got out of it like that, and you went straight into invisible deck. You flipped it round, and you got a huge reaction. So, and you've learned to do that now, and
the hard way. Yeah,
exactly, the hard way. You're in that position. You need to now come up with an end result, and you kind of do feel that little bit more pressure when you're getting paid, because if you're not, you kind of go, oh, I messed that one up, oh well, I'll leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas in that situation you go, right, I've messed up, I need to get out of it, how am I going to do it? Boom, this is what I'm going to do. And now you learn every time.
Yeah. So. And that is why I like doing mind reading type bits, because you can easily twist it, because you are talking about a connection of things or connection of each other. But yeah, I still, obviously I feel like everyone feels pressure when they're performing, some more than others, but yeah, I still would feel so much pressure getting paid to do a gig. Yeah. But I feel like if you're just calm, you know what you're doing. I knew what I was doing, and I know just from doing some charity gigs and stuff like that. Charity gigs are actually the way forward, because I would never have gone out to a gig unless I'd done a few before. And I'd done a charity gig. I'm sure you guys are aware, but the first gig I ever done was probably the worst gig that anyone's ever done in their life.
Yeah.
So many things were just unfortunate, but it's good, to be fair, they all happened in once, because now I know for the future what to look out for and stuff like that.
There's a question here. H, how did the couple react when they gave you the knockback you mentioned earlier? Serious question. So were they rude? Were they like, oh God, we don't want to see magic? Or
to be fair, it was two men. They weren't really rude. I just said, "Oh, hi, I'm Harry," and then I think they just maybe they didn't speak English. Do you know what I mean? They probably did, but I don't know. They just kind of just went, "Oh no, thank you." Do you know what I mean? So they weren't rude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fine. And I haven't really been heckled yet, to be honest with you. But I feel like that's because I'm talking to them beforehand.
Right.
I feel like if I went straight into it, maybe I wouldn't have that connection. Whereas, because I'm talking to them before, I don't feel like they have not the right to heckle, but I don't think they want to, just out of respect.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
That's great. Well, we could talk for ages about it because it was such a great weekend. I think it was a great learning curve as well. But we'll quickly answer the last couple of questions. A few of you have gone in here with big words. Blackpool, question mark. So, what do you want to know?
Who's right? Who's lecturing? That's what I want to know.
So there's loads and loads of lecturers on. I am lecturing. What? I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I had a real fun lecture over in Holland.
Yeah, it was really good.
Really enjoyed it, and it's going to be hard to put my favourite bits into an hour, but I will do it. There's going to be some new bits in there, some classic bits in there. Pack small and playing big kind of stuff. And so please come along and support me in that lecture. I have been given a rough time as to when I am, but I don't think it's set in stone, so I'm not going to say it just in case. But I will be there lecturing at Blackpool, and of course Alakazam are going to be there as well. It'll be myself, Harry, Jenny, Peter and Moz, and Leo will be on our stand as well, so do come by. We have got a list as long as our arm that we need to kind of dissect down into what we're actually going to be releasing, but we're working really hard at the moment to get them all ready for you guys, so we know you're going to love them. But
all the artwork and stuff like that, we're just trying to do it. All of us are doing like a separate thing, but Dave's lecture in Holland was it went really well with the audience, because a lot of the stuff, like you said, is pack small, play big, and you could see that they could see that as well. Do you know what I mean? They could see the value in the stuff you was doing when you even took out the cards when you was doing your lectures to the smaller groups of people. It was just one deck of cards, but the reactions were so good. There were so many hits, and you could see them like, oh no. Do you know what I mean?
Thanks, man. It was a lot of fun, and I love lecturing as much as I do performing. There was a time where I actually enjoyed it more, but now I've got my love for performing back again. And
you could see your energy when you went on the stage, and you could see everyone was kind of like adopting that energy when you was up there. Another thing was, just beforehand, you could have had a major distraction, because towards the end of Michael Vincent's lecture, the Dove Man come in with his birds.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And they were just going crazy, and I don't know what
the echo around the room was like, cool. Like, oh my god, like we're in some sort of aviary. But that was funny. Etienne says, do the paper trick in Blackpool. I will be doing that one, my friend. Yes.
That's good.
Indeed.
And I was just going to say, check out the course, Your Big Event. I did watch that before my first gig, and it did help a lot. Even things like approaching people, how to approach them. I think even then, because of the overhead shot, he done doodles of a table, what way to approach, things like that. Because it does matter as well. Yeah, it does matter, and you can learn on the job, but it's always good to be prepared. And if you're prepared, then it's going to make the learning a lot easier. So definitely. All right. Well, that I think is that. I want to just end this week. We will give away that deck of cards. So if you want to find a name on there. As he's doing that, I just want to highlight, I don't know how many of these are left, as we're not looking at the sales at the moment, but this in particular, if you're going to pick up one, I would go for this bad boy. Puzzling Obscurities. You get over 60 different puzzles in this set for £20.
Yeah, so awesome. If you're doing a magic order and you just want to throw one extra little brain game in to get your brain ticking, then these are £2.50 and they make great little gifts as well. You want to challenge yourself a little bit more, have something to display around the house. These are wooden ones which are amazing. Or something for the toilet, as Harry has.
Yeah.
Something to have in your house on your mantelpiece or in a cabinet. This is great as well. So yeah, check them out. All the information is on our site. Harry's going to pick a name.
Yeah, the winner is Jonathan Brecken.
Jonathan Brecken, you're the winner of an Academy Elite deck of cards. Just send in an email to sales@alakazam.co.uk, say you are the winner, and we'll get you a deck of them out today.
Yep.
Brilliant fun. Thank you for joining us. There was over 50 people for most of the day, so thank you. We had a lot of newbies as well. Welcome to the live and to the community, and yeah.
I'm excited, to be honest with you, to see how well the puzzles are responded to.
Yeah, I think that it's a great idea, and I think it does coincide with Magic, and yeah, I think you will enjoy them. So,
right, check them out. Check out the Instagram page. Check out these products as well, because the reactions are crazy. We might talk even more about them next. Well, I'll probably be writing about the gig in my newsletter, which is what I've been speaking about here. But what we've been performing, check Bottle Through Table out, which is obviously gets the good reactions. Card on Ceiling's good. Inner Circle is a good chance to kind of practice with the loops as well, because you can carry them around. And they're nice to do, like someone said, kind of impromptu looking stuff with everyday bits and bobs. Also off the cuff stuff. I noticed a lot of time when I was out and about, if people know you do magic, it's fun just to not say, oh, sit down, watch this. It's fun just to go, oh, look at that, and just float your ring.
Yeah. Brilliant. Nice
and then check out Limitless as well. Lovely job, mate.
Brilliant job. Well, thank you for joining us, guys, and we will see you next week on the live, but also this week on the vlog with you and Andy. So check it out. Make sure you're following us in all the usual places, and we will see you very soon.